Hey kids, you're about to listen to a comedy podcast. That means that none of this is medical advice. If you need medical advice or medical care, please contact your doctor.
Welcome to the Jock Doc podcast featuring Dr. London Smith. There is nobody realer than this professional medical healer. Introducing your host, Dr. London Smith.
Hello, and welcome to the Jock Doc podcast, where we discuss fitness and health, and how to incorporate our modern understanding of science and medicine into our daily lives, but without it being so boring. I'm your host, drlondonsmith.com. I'd like to begin by apologizing to our listeners. We've received some feedback about the excessive amount of technical medical terms that I've been using, such as calciphylaxis and Lindsay Lohan, so I'll try to temper my terminology to a simpler one in the future. Here to help with that is our producer, Cameron.
Dr. London, I am so excited to talk to our fans about our latest venture. And no, I'm not talking about your, dog glooming business. It's not dog grooming. You call it glooming, and it's making dogs sadder.
Yeah. So
we've been talking for the last few weeks now about our upcoming streaming service.
Very exciting.
We're competing with Netflix. We're competing with Hulu. We're competing with Disney Plus. All of it. We're taking them down.
That's right.
It's a Jock Doc Shock Brock. I don't remember what name we settled on, but it's something around there.
It must have been that.
Dr. Lynn, we have an exciting new show that we're ready to announce. We're even going to play a clip for our audience. So we got lucky enough to land the rights for one of the most iconic things in the entire world. The Denver omelet.
Wow. Shot on location, right?
Oh, buddy. Yeah, it's shot all over the place. Cincinnati, Atlanta, all these different places. But we've shot the pilot, and we're going to play a little bit of a clip of it for you. Let me just read the description. Detective Dalton Denver's wife was brutally murdered, and now he has to track her down by infiltrating the mob's cooking competition.
Right. Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and ahead and play that clip.
Yeah, so you're going to take the egg and just, I guess crack. Honestly, guys, I know it's the competition, but, this is my first time kind of learning. I don't know. I'm pretty nervous, I guess is what I'm saying, because it's televised, right?
Not officially televised. Who are you? I'm Detective Dalton Denver. You just sort of came over here and started talking about eggs.
Yeah. No, so I'm the associate producer. I'm kind of a friend of I'm a cousin of the executive producer. I'm trying to be involved in the show business. I'm trying to learn the ropes.
Yeah, the executive producer of a mafia cooking competition that, as far as I can tell, has no cameras or production value, as much as it is sort of like a basement of people cooking. Yeah. And if you lose, you get shot.
Yeah. So it's, I'm just trying to get in the industry. Is this the best? Is this a bad time? I'm sensing this is a bad time.
Hey, what's up? What? Where did that other guy go?
I'm still here. I thought it seemed someone else came in who meant business.
Yeah. Now we can't really talk privately anymore like I was going to. I guess I could talk to this other guy. Hey, what's up? I'm just normal guy Dalton Denver. No job that's important.
All right. Hi there.
I'm here to win this competition and get closer with the Don.
That's a tough goal.
For no nefarious reason. Just normal reasons.
All right. Well, you got your spatula?
Yeah, let me just think.
This guy doesn't have a spatula.
No, I can just use my hand.
He doesn't have a spatula. Get down. And scene. Wow.
And scene. And that's actually, I said it was from the pilot episode. That is actually from the last episode. That is how Detective Dalton Denver dies. He is unable to get revenge for his wife.
We should have said the beginning spoiler alert and also trigger warning. So DJ Dylan, if you could
Trigger warning. When you hear gunshots, don't start firing your own gun. It's okay. We should have given a trigger warning. It is from the podcast.
But if you could, DJ Dylan, go ahead and put this reminder at the spot where it is currently so that people can know to go back and remember when they listen back to the episode again. Okay.
Yes.
All right, Cameron, we have our sponsor, Caldera Lab, today. I'm pretty excited because they're backed by a leading clinical trial where 9 out of 10 men experience healthier and visibly improved skin. Caldera Lab can unlock the potential of your own skin. You can go to their website, use code JOCKDOC at calderalab.com for 20% off their best products.
And Dr. London, one thing I love about Caldera Labs is they are very eco-friendly, very conscious of the environment. There's no testing on animals. That is really, really great for us. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a problem because where their offices are, there was a rat living there that they had to kick out because they weren't doing any testing on animals. And we had, some empathy, and we've hired Cal the rat. If you've listened to previous episodes, you've heard, Cal. Cal is the rat that was kicked out, and we hired him for some reason.
He was out of work.
And we have not figured out what he does. We have not figured out what he can do or how he can help us.
And this has actually led to a problem because we all know kind of what has happened historically with rats. They're vermin.
Well, let's get Cal on to talk about this a little bit.
Why do we all have to shoot me down before I'm even up here? Yeah.
Right. And Cal, all we're doing, we're just trying to give you some sympathy. You were a rat down in your luck. We gave you a job, gave you a place to sleep, gave you some food. And we've been working with you for weeks now, trying to figure out a job you can do. Unfortunately, we made you into an influencer, and it was very successful. Unfortunately, with any kind of mass exposure, you're exposed to more people who can research your history. And in this day and age, your history is on the internet, buddy. And some of the commenters on that video figured out that Cal's ancestors carried the bubonic plague.
It's not my fault.
Well,
I didn't.
Was millions, dozens of millions of people, right?
Cal, whenever you responded back to these people who pointed that out, that you would do it today if you could, that kind of thing it reflects poorly on you. Like, you say you didn't do it, but you would if you could. Like, that's a good way to get canceled.
Right. I get the kind of play. It's like saying, I definitely can't be guilty of this because I would be doing it if I had the capacity. But in this instance, it does make you seem a little more guilty.
Plus, it was the fleas. It wasn't the rats. It was the fleas.
Yeah, the fleas, on the rats of your ancestors.
The fleas could not make the same journeys that, they didn't have the physicality to. It's explaining how the Black Plague spread. But what we're saying is just, it wasn't just what your ancestors did, because your responses, whatever people called you out, your responses indicated that you actually wish that kind of harm again, and that's not okay.
Yeah. And if we want this, influence, I think the influencer thing is done for, but if you want to keep working here, you gotta apologize. This is your opportunity now.
Well, for what? What did I do? Well, the comments.
Yeah, everything you said, we told you. And your sort of family history.
Yeah, because a lot of us, there is history to our whatever culture you come from, and it's okay to own it to the appropriate degree and say, yeah, that was bad. If I could have changed it, I would have. But once again, you are doubling down.
Yeah, you're saying if I could, I would have done it even worse or even more. Yeah. I just don't have the capacity for it. So that means I'm innocent.
So I'll just, train other rats to do it. No, that's not.
No, not the answer. Yeah.
So Caldera Lab creates high-performance men's skincare products by combining pharmaceutical-grade science along with nature's purest and most potent ingredients. So to kick off their stellar selection, they have the Regimen Bundle, which is a twice-a-day routine to transform your skin. Inside that bundle, you'll find the clean slate, the base layer, and the good. The clean slate is where you start your day. It's a balancing cleanser that uses gentle plant-based cleansing, so it leaves all skin types exceptionally refreshed, because once again, it's plant-based, it's safe. Then there's the base layer, which is a nutrient-dense fortifying moisturizer that hydrates your skin and absorbs fast, leaving you with a matte finish, so you can start your day confidently. And then you have the good. That's my favorite product. I use it at night before bed, and it's clinically proven multifunctional serum that helps your skin look tighter and smoother, as well as reduce the visibility of wrinkles and fine lines.
And Cal, this was another issue that a lot of people had, was you trying to rename the bubonic plague or the black plague to the good.
Yeah.
You kept saying, no, it's the good thing.
Yeah.
And people were like, no.
And like, I don't even see how it, like, even hypothetically, how it would have helped your ancestors, really. But it's, anyway, so Caldera Lab also has the Icon, which is a rejuvenating eye serum that's here to address the 3 most common skin concerns around the eye, which is fine lines, dark circles, and puffiness. And once again, Caldera Lab is here to improve men's skincare around the world. So they don't test on animals. It's a certified B corporation, as well as a member of the 1% for the planet. Just one of the downsides to them not testing on animals is that there's a chance that there might be a famous animal that gets canceled after becoming an influencer. But like, I'd say overall it's a positive.
Cal, I gotta ask, the story you've been telling us is Caldera moved in and then they kicked you out. Were there other mice and rats that they let stay and maybe took good care of because they're good people, but it was just you specifically that they kicked out?
They couldn't fire me. I walked out. It was a protest.
Okay, yeah. No, that was about what I figured.
Yeah.
God.
It's like this your sob story just. So get 20% off with our code JOCKDOC at calderalab.com. That's 20% off at calderalab.com by using code JOCKDOC. Take your skincare to the next level with Caldera Lab. So that's our producer Cameron. Also with us is Did You Know in the House? Did you know in the house? And later, Cameron tells us that we can expect a special guest.
That's right, Dr. London.
All right, but before we move on, I would like to address a bit of listener feedback. So for a long time, our listener demographic was primarily composed of Walmart greeters who struggle with their work ethic and their recently developed taste for human flesh. But in our efforts to cater to them, we found that we were neglecting the many bot accounts that download our podcast. So today's listener feedback comes from a bot on Instagram. It's at Edilenists __. And they say, are you trying to get rid of any disease? Visit Natural Remedies 3, at Natural Remedies 3, and in parentheses, Chinese herbalist, for those who weren't aware, end parentheses. His herbal medicine, and then it's herbal emoji, is powerful and it works. I got rid of MS and my mom got cured from cancer after taking his Chinese herbal medicine. It is real and it's great. And contact him on his Instagram page, Natural Remedies 3, or click the link on his bio to place your order, checkmark emoji, flexing bicep emoji. So,
and Dr. London, you call this person a bot because it's competition for you. This is a typical like Twitter maneuver, right? It's just like someone disagrees with you, or someone can provide a service that maybe affects your bottom line. You just say, "Oh, you're a bot." That's just a bot. They're not even real.
Yeah. Anytime I see someone who's managed to cure MS, managed to cure multiple sclerosis, which is a white neuron disease, and also simultaneously their mom's cancer, unspecified. That to me is a huge competition because I've cured each one separately, but to cure them both with the same thing, for one thing, I never thought to use an herbal remedy. All right, well, anyway, to that listener, thank you for listening. Now for today's medical topic, status epilepticus. Status epilepticus is a seizure that lasts longer than 5 minutes or having more than one seizure within a 5-minute period without returning to a normal level of consciousness between episodes. For a persistent seizure, like in status epilepticus, the best initial therapy is a benzodiazepine, such as lorazepam or diazepam intravenously. If the seizure persists, phosphonatone is preferred due to its fewer side effects and the ability to be given rapidly, but phenytoin is equally effective. Given intravenously, phenytoin side effects can include hypotension and AV block. If a patient has no response after benzodiazepines and phosphonatone, you can give phenobarbital, which is a barbiturate. And then the final option to treat an unresolving seizure is a neuromuscular blocking agent, such as succinylcholine, vicuronium, or pancuronium. A neuromuscular blocking agent will just stop muscular contraction. It's the external manifestation of the seizure. So it will allow you to intubate the patient and to give general anesthesia, such as midazolam or propofol. And if propofol is used, you will...
Propofol, okay, yeah. Got the propofol. Okay, this is maybe why it wasn't working for mine. Okay, now.
What, were you having a...
What?
Yeah, sorry.
You stopped?
You said for yours?
I was just taking notes. Yeah, it just... Suddenly I'm realizing why some of maybe my anti-seizure methods haven't been working. Because, I'm just taking notes. That's what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah, just... do you have seizures?
No. I just see it as a market. You hear about these kids watching Pokemon, and then the certain lights trigger something in their brain, and they have a seizure.
Yeah,
thinking
that's what Pokemon Go is so famous for, because they would go kind of, you don't want to use
crazy.
the word, but crazy, yeah.
Yeah, insane. And so I'm thinking, what is the opposite of Pokemon? And that has been the question for the last 20 years that I've been trying to figure out. I've been testing a lot of different things.
It isn't Digimon, is it?
No, because that is also giving a lot of people seizures. A lot of that's too similar. Now, I have shown, what I think is maybe the opposite of Pokemon, which is sort of like animal snuff videos, just like really graphic videos killing animals. Because if you think about it like a Pokemon, you're like, oh, that's cute. And then whereas the opposite of that is maybe watching like a big boot like stomp like a baby chicken.
Yeah, and so you're taking notes.
And no one has had a seizure when I've showed them this video. So I'm thinking
that video versus these pharmaceutical drugs that I'm recommending.
Yeah. Well, it's just like maybe your kid's about to have a seizure because he's watching too much Pokemon, right? Because that's how it happens. It's too much Pokemon. You get more than 10 hours a day. You're out. But you don't have time to get these pharmaceutical solutions. What do? You go to, chopping the heads off of kittens.com. And you're like, hey, watch this. Look at my phone, watch this. And then you show your kid these kind of videos of.
Okay. So that's been your treatment method so far. And now you're learning.
It's hypothetical.
There might be another method. So yeah, let's see. If propofol is used, you'll want to place the patient on a ventilator beforehand, since that drug can stop the patient from breathing. And so, Cameron, if you're experimenting at all with this, that's important to notice. Okay, that if you use propofol, they won't be able to breathe necessarily. Okay.
And who's they?
Whoever's having the... Okay. To summarize, the treatment for status epilepticus is first benzodiazepine, then if that doesn't work, phosphonatone, then phenobarbital, and then general anesthesia.
But I'll be fine, right? I'm not having the seizure, so all of these things you're saying, I shouldn't be affected.
The way you ask it sounds like you're secretly... like you think it's contagious, or like you've had a few and you're just... flirting with? I don't. Okay.
I have a little few, yeah. In college and stuff, you know what I mean? Got a little crazy. Yeah, stay up late. Midnight, 1 a.m., watch Pokemon, yeah.
Cameron, you said that we have a guest today. Is that right?
That's right, Dr. London.
All right. Well, hello there. My name is Dr. LondonSmith.com, and this is our producer, Cameron. What was your name?
Hi, I'm Walter Whimzy.
Okay.
Thanks. You know me, London. We've worked together. We've passed the halls in the very hospitals. You patron. It's Walter.
Yeah. No.
You can call me Walt. Cameron, you can call me Dr. Whimzy though.
Dr. Whimzy. Okay, well, nice to meet you. I haven't met you before, so this is, nice to make your acquaintance.
I'm a little upset that London didn't recognize me, but I kind of stay in the shadows over we don't get much respect as a holistic doctor over at the hospital, so I get it.
Yeah, well,
maybe it's like when you're a kid and you see your teacher at the grocery store, and it like takes a second to be like, what? Because you're just seeing them in plain clothes and it's a different context,
Yeah,
maybe
or like
that.
when you look at your neighbor through their window, and then you see them on the street sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say for me, the reason I usually find it hard, even while we're at the hospital, to recognize you, because I try to say hi, but I feel like you're usually focused so much on pickpocketing that it's hard to see.
I'm focused on pickpocketing.
That's the impression I get.
Well, I do like to, I'm a little bit of a street urchin. Obviously, I'm a scamp. That's how I was raised. But one of my favorite part is where I put them back. I love doing a little pickpocketing and then just a little, Walter's here, and then I put it on your desk, or I put it on your pillow at night.
The dose of whimsy. The note will read something like that. A little dose of whimsy, or like
completely cut out of magazine letters.
Yeah, 23 milligrams dose of whimsy.
Yeah.
You mentioned you're a bit of a pickpocket scamp. Does that explain the like soot that's all over you? Because it looks like you've been sweeping chimneys as sort of.
This is just because I'm a holistic doctor, I get a lot of schmutz on me. Because we're always trying different things for the holistic doctor. Cameron, are you familiar with what a holistic doctor is? I can tell your audience. I don't know I know this is a Western medicine podcast, but I could talk about my holistic experience.
I'd love to hear.
I experimented about it. Yeah,
I believe it's, for example, when Obi-Wan isn't in the room, but he does sort of pop up in the little hologram thingy, and he tells you what to do or what your mission is or whatever.
You think it's a hologram? You think my medicine is about holograms?
Yeah, I mean, with technology these days and AI.
How would that Cameron? How would that work? How would a hologram work for medicine? I'm sorry. I'm getting upset here because as a holistic doctor, we don't get. I feel like you're fucking with me, Cameron, because you know what a holistic doctor. We all know that everybody knows we're the chiropractors. We're not the ones because we didn't go to your fancy schools and learn about touch all those bodies. And I personally wanted to touch all those cadavers, but they never let me. I didn't go in to school, so I was forced to be a holistic doctor. And a holistic doctor, they don't do the Western medicine stuff. So typically, a holistic doctor, you treat the whole body approach, right? It's a normal holistic doctor focuses on body and mind and spirit while diagnosing and treating people. I mostly focus on wholes.
I do have a question, Dr. Whimzy. This is something I've wondered for a long time, and Dr. London won't give me a straight answer. Is the butthole and the mouth hole the same hole? Because it sort of is. And so I say it's the same hole. I eat with my butthole.
Maybe for you, Cameron. Maybe your butthole. Your mouth is a butthole, Cameron. Considering all the bullshit you've been saying to me today. That's what
I just mean, it's just one.
I'm sorry. I'm triggered. I'm triggered.
Okay.
You know what?
I'm sorry.
Cameron's coming at you sincerely.
Listen, London, you know me. I'm a pickpocketing scamp that is covered in smut that talks about holograms. I'm a good guy. Sure, I focus maybe a little bit too much on a patient's butthole, All right, so maybe I do that. Maybe I've traveled the eastern seaboard, going from hospital to hospital because I keep getting kicked out because I go too far in the butthole. But I'm a good guy.
What do people usually come to you for? Like I'm in the hospital and I'm there to see you. What is it? What is my ailment?
Well, yeah, they're here. You know, they believe they want to try non-Western medication, so they want to maybe do some herbs, like you were talking before. I mean, did you? I saw that you got my post on your Instagram account about doing herbs and stuff. Yeah, well, they talk about herbs, lots of maybe creams.
That was a Dr. Whimzy post.
They want to try creams, and I'm a big cream guy. I love putting creams in the holes of my patient.
Yeah, so and I want to clarify, just from being on a fellow physician in the same practice, my experience seeing you work. Now, granted, like you said, we see each other in passing. It's only once in a while, but I will say you do a lot of patient nab. I'll be going to a room to see my patient. It'll be like you'll be walking out and say, "Nabbed him already."
Nabbed. Oh, there's a little bit of a rivalry in between the Western and Eastern medicine. Yeah.
That makes sense why I asked, like, why do the patients come in? The answer was really just, I got to get at those holes. Because it sounds like they come in for all sorts of those same reasons that they'd be seeing Dr. London. They just sort of get hijacked.
Mostly, they're coming in for different, maybe throat stuff, maybe some eye stuff, some ear stuff, and I'm like, I don't give a shit about any of that. That butt stuff.
They'll come in for, high blood pressure, diabetes, that kind of thing, and then usually I'll be walking up, you'll be walking out, you'll be like, oh, that hole, man.
Wherever I practice, the first rule I tell my nurse is have them get naked. Any patient, no matter what they're doing. By the way, just so you wonder, Cameron, I can see you questioning. They're all. I do 18 plus. I don't do kid medicine. Okay. You sick. You sick. I can't believe you would think of that.
Is this a nurse that you bring with you? Because if you're hijacking London's patients, or is this like, do the nurses at the hospital just kind of not like London, so they're like fine? Or is this someone you brought?
No, she's my sidekick. She's my ride or die, of course. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's got one of the best buttholes in the business. Obviously, that's why it's a very tight screening process. Yeah.
What's her name? Nurse.
Yeah, it's nurse.
It's just nurse, man. I don't fucking know about her name. They go by so quick. Honestly, I've been cycling through them every this is my 13th one, so I just kind of stopped focusing on the names. Just
to clarify here, they are usually my nurses, and then they've
worked in a mine.
Them.
Yes, you're right. Yeah. You're right, London. They've worked in the mines. Yeah, that's where I find them. They know how to get into a few holes. That's why yeah.
But I get it. I go through like 10 different ride or die relationships like every year.
Well, most of them have died. That's why. That's why I keep moving. They are my ride or die, and then they die. So yeah. You don't want to know how they die? I won't tell you. Let's just say they disappear. They disappear down a hole, maybe.
Oh, down. Okay.
Down a hole.
Disappear down
I guess
hole.
better than
do
up
they
one.
Disappear? Is it physically possible to shove someone into their own hole where eventually it just kind of folds and disappears?
Well, that is one of the first treatments I always go to is how far you can get into your own asshole.
Sure, okay.
It's not very far most of the time, but I think it could be. This is something I'm doing my TED talk on later on in the year. Is going inside your ass so much that it could probably cure cancer. Probably. That's what I think.
Yeah,
I think the secrets of the universe, to be honest with you, are in the ass. Yeah.
Let's talk your filmography. Let's talk your IMDb. Your star meter. Let's see.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I'm one of the only IMDb's with negative stars. It's pretty great. It's I don't know how I got that, but yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So, which in that world, that's good, right? It's like golf.
I've been cut out of every film I've ever been.
Oh, okay,
that's how the negative happens. Yeah. I was in Titanic. I was in Holes. That was where I got my start.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. You were.
Yeah.
Did you play the hole?
I wish they wouldn't accept me. I was one of the. I was Shia LaBeouf's buff friend who was digging holes. They just completely cut me out because you know how they sometimes want you to not look at the hole the whole time and like look at who you're talking to. I couldn't stop looking at that hole. I couldn't stop looking at it. It was just so damn good.
And is that where your love of holes began?
Oh, I wish. No. I think, I remember my birth.
Okay. So it
and
began.
Holes was on the TV.
Upon entry.
I have a photo. What did you say, Cameron?
I said, and Holes was on the TV?
When I was born, the movie that I starred in was playing while I was born.
Well, you gotta get these. You sometimes gotta get kid actors young, because if it's too old for a newborn baby, people will be like, "Oh, that's
true.
It's easy to age out of Hollywood."
Well, to be fair, that's what they. Okay, so Holes, for some reason, the original script started with an actual zoom in of a full birth, like a real birth, like the one you saw everybody sees in health class.
Yes, that's that real Hollywood. I miss real Hollywood like this.
And it goes. It was a beautiful shot. It was a big old dolly.
Sorry, that was me.
Go.
I was the one in every health class. That's my birth. Sorry, Are
you kidding me?
I'm really excited about education.
Are you kidding me? Wait, are you kidding? Wait,
he doesn't like to talk money, but the residuals on that thing are insane.
Yeah.
Go back to your question, Cameron. So the first shot of Holes was a beautiful shot. I remember it vividly. It was a dolly shot. They did one of those ones where it was like they started from the sky.
Oh wow!
And they come down into just coming all the way down and into a hospital, and they like magically go through with some movie magic. They go through the hospital ceiling, and they go through another ceiling, and there's people like, oh my gosh, I've been stabbed, and they go past it, and there's a walking shot, and they enter inside a doctor's office. There's a screaming woman and a man sitting next to him. That's my dad and my mom. They're like, oh, you did this to me. Oh, you did this to me. Oh, you did this to me. And then they don't even pay attention to that. They just go straight to her hole. They just go straight to their hole, and then your boy Walty comes out right there.
Oh wow!
And that was my first starring role right there.
Man.
But they cut it out for some reason. I don't know. It was a really good. Yeah. It was a really good shot.
I'm so glad I asked if you saw it when you were born, because there was so much context that we would have just skipped over.
Yeah. No. I mean, I sounded like I was offended and extremely upset by you saying something like that.
Look, and I hate to interrupt because I know you were on a really good roll here, but we have some chores to do, and we could use some help with it.
Let me explain what Dr. Lennon's talking about. Dr. Lennon and I have been neglecting everything on our to-do list for a long time now, and we made this fun chore wheel, and we spin it, and whatever task it lands on, that is the chore we have to do. Now, Dr. Whimzy, could you spin that big old wheel that's behind you right now?
Oh, yeah. I was wondering what this was.
Oh, no. Of course we have to. Honestly, though, it's a coincidence that we're doing this one.
Oh, yeah.
You had mentioned before about your TED Talk.
Yeah.
TikTok hired us to do just mini little TED Talks, 60-second TED Talks.
Okay.
And we each have to do one. Dr. Lennon and I have to do one, and I'm thinking maybe you could just show us like a brief version of the TED Talk you had prepared, just so you can participate,
Yeah. Definitely, I can do that.
But actually, Dr. London, I was hoping maybe you would start off with your TED Talk. DJ Dylan, can we get some TED Talky music going?
Yeah. So, okay, yes. My TED Talk. And here we go. So, olives. People put it in those drinks. But why do we put it in the drinks? For one thing, people don't like olives, except maybe if it's mashed up in a thing, and people do, like they have it on a spoon, and they make airplane sounds going towards your mouth, and they say, here comes the airplane. Sure, in that context, it makes sense to eat an olive. Or, once again, if it's in your drink, and then you push it aside, and you drink the drink. Other than that, there is no real purpose for olives, and I think it's about time that we recognize that. And don't bring up olive oil. I don't actually believe in it.
Wow, that was really good, Dr. London.
Well, Cameron, do you want to give it a go?
Yeah, sure. Computers. Where did they come from? Some people say outer space. Other people say underground. Scientists say there's no way to know. But one thing that we do know is that if you have enough CPU, then your computer is going to run really fast. But if you don't have enough CPU, your computer's going to run pretty slow. And so if you want to run The Sims 4, Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Civilization, the Rugrats in Paris game, Solitaire. The Solitaire, for the most part, you should be fine if you don't have like high, like high memory until it gets to the point where it all pops out at you at once. Then you're gonna need extra memory for that. Thank you for my TED Talk.
Nice.
Okay, and just
Super
under
good.
10 seconds. Wow.
Really good.
Wow.
Quick and easy. Dr. Whimzy is here to present his TED Talk.
What's up,
well,
motherfuckers? You piece of shit. You dumb little piece of shit. We're here to talk about fucking the benefits of self-holing yourself. And I want you to take away these words. Holistic. All right. Remember this word. Whole. And that stands for holistic orifice life-saving exorcism. Now, this is a new technique I've been bringing in. First, you can check out my website. First off, there's a little plug. headsoffkittens.com. Go ahead and check that website. It's very cool. It's where I do most of my work. But secondly, you're going to find a lot of exams about how you can try this new approach to life-saving techniques, which is holistic orifice life-saving exorcism. First off, everybody's here is above 18 plus, right?
Okay.
Is it 18 plus?
No, this-
Everybody's got to get.
this is usually when your TED
because
Talk
it's very
ends.
important. You got to get naked first.
Yeah.
Everybody get naked.
Okay, no, you don't have to shut
why
it
are you
down at
kicking
this
me
point.
off? Hey, why are you
Okay.
kicking me off?
I think it's a good time to call it real quick. But before we take off here, Walter, could you let us know anyone you're a fan of?
I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to go to your house, right? I'm just going to.
I
just
meant
gonna go
for the
straight to your
podcast.
place.
Sorry, I don't mean on a
Oh,
personal
okay.
level.
We're still going to hang, right? We're going to go get dinner
And
afterwards.
no, you told
right?
me I need to be your wingman. Whenever we go out,
Yeah.
and you said we were gonna go clubbing.
Yeah, just in case I get
Yeah.
into any holes.
Yeah,
in
and you said I
conversation.
have to help. Yeah, no, I
help me dig me out of these holes.
no, I'm worried. So, but is there anyone you're a fan of that you want to shout out?
Yeah, this one guy tried heckling me one time, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking stalk him, and I've been following him, pretty religiously. His name's Adam Macias. He's on the Instagram at Adam R. Mac. I definitely suggest he's got one hell of a hole. I'll just say that.
Just
I'll
one,
say
okay.
that. The hole. He does use his hole. He used that one hole to talk a bunch on a podcast called "That Was Wild," where he talks to crazy people on the internet on Omegle and reads Reddit stories. You could go check that out, or you could go to his other thing. He uses his other one hole to talk about other holes of who are in politics, called the Daily Misinformer, and they have live shows on YouTube all the time. So you can go check that out too. He's kind of a piece of shit, though.
Yeah. So overall, glowing reviews there. All right. Well, yeah. Be sure to go check that out. Anything else you want to add? I know you were emphatic that I need to read off the. Oh wait, we already went through it. Your list of favorite top 10 holes, and they're all just the butthole.
Just
in
number
all
one,
caps.
butthole. Number
Yeah.
two,
Okay.
butthole. Number three,
Yeah.
the anus. Number four,
Yeah, and I see there are a few crossed out. Yeah, but it ultimately was just butthole again.
You ever sit down to like pick your favorite and then you just keep making notes and scrabbling? That's kind of what it was.
Yeah.
But it was just all butthole.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, thank you so much for being on.
Number 7, cornhole.
Dr. Walter Whimzy. Thank you to our producer, Cameron. Thank you to Did You Know in the House?
I'm sorry. I'm triggered a little bit. I'm sorry.
Did you know in the house?
I'm a good guy. 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 I'm a good guy.